Hi, I'm Jessica. Welcome to the shop. Today I am going to show you how to do counter enameling. Now I'm going to let you in on a little secret, and that is counter enameling is simply the same thing as regular enameling. Counter enameling simply refers to the fact that you are enameling the back piece of your jewelry or bowl or whatever it is you're working on. Let me show you a little more. So this piece you're looking at right here, this has been counter enameled already. The front has not yet been completed. It's just raw copper that's yet to be fully cleaned. And that's what you see there is the counter enamel. Counter enamel can be really any color you want it to be. A lot of times it is either black or just a mix of leftover colors you have. I keep some of my leftover colors that sometimes get mixed up in this little jar here. And then I can apply that on the back because again, it's going to be the non-visible side. So whatever your preference is there, but normally you will want to be on the back for counter enamel. You will want at least one heavy layer, if not more. And this is really going to depend, it's a ratio to how many layers you plan on having on the front. So if you're going to have 4 layers on the front, you're going to want at least 2 on the back. And that just helps level out the pressures that the enamel is applying on the copper. All right, I've got my counter enamel color selected. This time it's going to be a Thompson's enamel, 1996 black. I like this black a lot. I use it pretty frequently. I'm going to put some in my sifter, probably about a third full. And then I'm going to take my piece, just set it on my fingers, and then tap my sifter evenly over the piece. I can go back over it if needed. And then I'm going to transfer this piece to the trivet. It's good to check ahead of time how you're going to balance your piece on the trivet so that you know how it's going to sit, especially if it's a weird shaped piece, which I did before filming this video clip. And now we are going to torch fire it to go ahead and melt the powdered glass here and get the counter enamel layer attached to the back. All right, I am ready to go ahead and torch fire this piece. I am just simply using a big propane tank with a Benzomatic TS4000 torch head on it. And this seems to do a trick for a lot of jewelry pieces. And so I'm gonna go ahead and turn the little red button to on, and I press and hold to ignite it. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna heat this piece up to roughly a cherry red. Alright, that's it. That's all it was to it. You can see, you probably saw on the camera the surface, it changed from looking powdery to kind of what was like a orange peel kind of texture. And then a little further past that, the enamel smooths out, and that's where you want it. And you want it all evenly across your piece to have reached that consistency. This is my first layer of counter enamel. Looks like I got it pretty evenly, but I always like to do a second one on most of my pieces. So before I sprinkle any more enamel, I'm gonna take it off to the side, and I'm just gonna lightly brush with a bit of Scotch-Brite just to get any loose scale off, just that way I don't contaminate and have any little flakes of scale fall into my enamel, because you can put it back into the jar so long as it doesn't get contaminated. If it does get contaminated, go ahead and throw it in your empty or an extra container that you could just use for counter enamel on other projects. So I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle this on. just like that. And by the way, a quick tip, if you are working on a domed piece instead of a flat like I am, you can use a product called Clear Fire, and you can either brush it or spray it on mixed with half water, so a 1-to-1 ratio, Clear Fire and water, and then you can paint this on or spray it on like I said before putting on your enamel, and that will hold the enamel in place till it is fired.